Peace was good. Salih, coming back at you with another video. In this video, we're going to get into the science of light, the chakras, and aura, because they're all relating to one another. Light, chakras, and auras. So, you know, on my channel, I do my best to make things as simple as possible to understand. In fact, one of the probably the most overwhelming feedback that I receive is I'm very easy to listen to and things are very simple and easy to understand. This video is no exception, but if you have not done any kind of spiritual knowledge, got your spiritual IQ up, then some of the things may sound very foreign. So I implore you not just to refer to me as an authority, but to look things up, to do your own research. What I'm sharing is based off research, but more importantly, it's based off personal experience. This is very important. Whenever you talk about auras, chakras, and stuff like that, we have technologies that can actually record such things. Me personally, I've had my aura taken. I've had my chakras photographed. So I know the state of my emotional and light being, if you would. I know it based on using the technology that we have available to us. So when you get information dealing with white auras, the chakras being balanced and stuff like that, it's important that the person that's giving you the information has actually done the work, and it's not based on conjecture and philosophies and just scholarship, that they've actually implemented the scholarship and information and have some sort of results in their life. This is very important. So with that disclaimer, let's get into the whole premise of chakras, light, and aura, because like I said, they're all relative. For one thing, you are a light being. Now, once again, do your research, look it up. You are a light being. One of the overwhelming things that stuck with me early on in my studies was a book called The Subtle Body by Cindy Dale. This is the first place I've seen this information. That's one of my favorite books still to this day. The Spiritual Body, or The Subtle Body. The Subtle Body by Cindy Dale. And in that, she breaks down different systems dealing with light, dealing with vibration, frequency, different energetic systems. She goes through a whole bunch of things, from the chakras, from DNA to the skeletal system, all kinds of different things dealing with the subtle energy. In that book, one of the statements that I read was that the cells in DNA emit a certain amount of light. Each cell can be measured, and it actually has a measure to it. This measure is actually light, because every cell has what's called biophotonic energy. So this biophotonic energy is you able to measure it. Well, when you look at the human body has trillions upon trillions of cells. If each one of these cells are radiating or emitting a certain amount of light, that means you are a light being. And furthermore, they'll also tell you that a lot of our physical composition is directly related to the stars. They call it stardust. When you look up at stars, stars are bright. Look at your cells emit light. So it's not far-fetched to know that you emit a certain amount of light. Now, when you look at the chakras are storehouses of energy, if you would. They're like spinning wheels of light. Each of these lights has a certain color reflection. Look at the rainbow. The rainbow is a 7-color spectrum for which we see, which our eyes can see. We have colors that are above the highest thing that we can see, and we have colors that are below the highest thing that we can see. Light is a direct reflection of sound and also energy. So there's so much energy that we can take in with our light, with our eyes. When you look at the chakras are spinning wheels of energy, like I said, but it's based off vibration. One of the 7 universal laws is the law of vibration, and it states that everything vibrates. The rate of vibration will indicate the frequency, because vibration is directly related to frequency. Have you ever seen somebody where their vibe is so low? They're always seem like they're stuck in the mud. They walk slow, they talk slow, they do everything slow, and they're just so down. That's because their vibration is low and their frequency is low. Now, on the flip side of that, you've been around people where their energy is so out of this world, where you get around them and you feel more energized. It's because their vibration is higher. Their vibration is higher, so they're emitting a different frequency. This frequency causes resonance amongst other things that they come in contact with. So simply put, when you get around somebody who's vibrating low, you tend to go down a little bit lower. And when you get around people that are highly energetic and vibrating high, then you tend to feed off of that energy. And that ties into when we can get to psychic vampirism and energy vampires and a whole different vessel when you look at it like that. So it's a proven fact that we are light, that the chakras, which are measurable, radiate this light, and depending on your vibration, you're either going to have your chakras spinning correctly, spinning too fast, or spinning too slow. So with this being said, the aura is actually what radiates from the base of your, the aura is what radiates reflective of your chakras. So simply put, if your chakras are balanced and are spinning correctly, then you're going to produce a healthy aura. The aura, if you're not familiar with, is the light that surrounds the human body. Every living thing radiates a certain amount of energy because everything living it has energy to it. And everything in our reality is living, even if it appears dead to you. A rock is actually alive. It's vibrating. It may not vibrate as much as you, or it may not vibrate as much of like an amethyst crystal. I'm talking about like a rock that you find in the street. But it still has some sort of vibration that is measurable. You can hook it up to a camera. You can hook it up to different equipment. Because it has cells, it's going to have a certain rate of spin, which creates a vibration. So every living thing has some sort of vibration, and every living thing can be measured. Well, this rate of vibration, you can look at it as your aura, because the aura is directly reflected on the energy of your chakras. Let's just put it like that. So this aura is one of your first lines of defense when dealing with energies outside of you. Now this is very important, because when you're vibrating so low, you're going to emit a dark energy. This dark energy, this dark light, can be seen by what you would call malefic forces, demons, lower elementals, lower forms of energy in the spirit world. They feed off this negative energy. On the flip side, someone who's vibrating very high and has a very bright or white aura, it's very uncomfortable for demons and lower forms to attach to these people. Just imagine if you were a negative being, then you don't want to be around something that's going to expose you or something that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. Remember, like attracts like. So if you're dealing with a bunch of negative things, you have a bunch of negative thinking, then it's not coincidental that you're going to attract a bunch of negative things in your life, because they're seeing your light. This is important because most of us don't have the ability to see aura, but we all have the ability to feel energy. Let me say that again. Most of us don't have the ability to see auras, but we all sense energy. We all sense energy. So these other beings, spiritual beings, beings that we cannot see, they're attracted to different forms of light. I've always made the statement, once you start to do spiritual work, especially high spiritual work, that you get the attention of the angels, the higher gods, because they see your light shining. They tell you that in church, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You know what I mean? They're talking about light. Look at the pictures of the holy saints. They have the halo around their head. That halo is another representation of the light, showing you the aura based on the chakras. So I don't want to make this video too long. I want to get it straight to the point, because I know some of the things that we're covering on this video may be unfamiliar to most people. So look up the different colors of the aura. If you feel like very attracted to this information, then find someone who has a Kirlian camera, K-I-R-L-I-A-N, Kirlian camera. Kirlian photography can take a picture of your aura. Depending on the color of your aura, it's going to denote what is going on with your chakras and your spiritual work. For instance, if your aura, which is the light that radiates your body, that surrounds your body, you have different layers of the aura. And the aura changes colors too, by the way, depending on what you're doing at that time or thinking at that time. But when you get with somebody who can take a picture of it, each color will denote something. So if you have darker colors, black, dark red, dark orange, then that's usually low vibratory and you're having some issues in life that you're having problems getting over. On the counter that, if you have a white or bright aura, that means you're doing a certain amount of spiritual work. And once again, because we do not naturally see auras with the human naked eye, for the most part, most people base what someone's doing spiritually straight off their physical being. I remember when I got my aura taken, it was during a convention, and that's another place to get your aura taken, is where they have these spiritual conventions. The one I went to was in Cincinnati with my whiz, and I had my aura taken because I never had it done before. Well, when I sat down, I could tell the dude was just going through his regular routine. But after he hooked me up to the camera and it produced a picture, he seen that my aura was white. And he was, I mean, to be honest, he was kind of shocked, because I don't think he expected that, based on the way I look physically, that my aura was going to project this certain color. And he said it. When he said it, he was just like, his face like, oh, you've done a lot of spiritual work. You know, and I played the poker face like, yeah, or whatever, and let him explain to me. Too many times we want to prove to people who we are and what we are, and we'll put our resume all the way out there. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about, especially if you've been in the quote-unquote conscious community or the new age community for a while. You see the people that are always telling you what they're doing, always telling you what they're thinking, they're always putting it out there how great they are. It's the people that really put in work and basically keep their mouths shut. Not so much from teaching, but so much like, I mean, bragging, to be honest. It's those people that really put in work, but they don't really tell you like, yeah, I'm talking to this being, or yeah, I'm doing this kind of things, or yeah, I'm traveling into these dimensions, where you can't base it off their physical moves. You have to have spiritual insight in order to see their light. And that's another thing, to give y'all something else to chew on. If you look at the way we navigate this reality, for the most part, is with our 5 physical senses. One of the main senses that we use in order to navigate this earth is the sense of sight. Your eyes actually are seeing reflections of light. Your eyes are seeing reflection of light. The light bounces off of parts of your eye. It produces an image that is transferred to the brain. The brain deciphers it as this is a sun, or this is a light bulb, or this is a ball. Your brain actually produces what it actually is. Also, the third eye, or the pineal gland, is also light sensitive. So you have your light, you have your 2 physical eyes that are light sensitive that help you navigate this terrain, and then you also have your third eye, which is light sensitive, that helps you navigate the spiritual world. You put that together, light helps us travel physically and helps us travel spiritually. So that's another thing that you can look into. But I'm going to end the video here. If you have any kind of questions, because I know we probably covered a lot in this short video, but everything, like I said, is something that you can research and look up. But more importantly, I recommend that you start to do certain spiritual work that increases your vibration, helps you balance your chakras, and help you emit a healthy ray of light in your aura. Things like mantras, which are basically affirmations repeated over and over again. A lot of mantras are in a foreign language. A lot of popular mantras are from the Hindu pantheon. You heard Om Mani Padme Hum, that's a mantra. Well, if you say that a certain amount of times, it's going to increase your overall vibration. So look up different mantras. Also mudras. Mudras are basically hand gestures. Like this is a mudra. This is a mudra. Certain things are mudras where you connect certain parts of the fingers, because each finger denotes a planet. When you put planets together, when you put energies together, it produces a certain result. So look up mudras. Tai Chi, Qi Gong, certain breath work. like the breath of fire, the dragon breath. All these different things will help you raise your vibration. Working with certain crystals. There's so many things that you can do. It's basically all the new age exercises and techniques, Pilates, yoga, meditation, obviously. All these different things will help you raise your vibration. One of the things I used to always say was, it doesn't matter what you do, just start doing something. Too many times we philosophize and really don't put in spiritual work. We'll read the books, we'll listen to all the lectures, we'll take all the classes, but a lot of times we just leave it in our brains and we don't actually put in work. You'd be surprised once you start to adopt a practice that you do, even if that practice isn't for you, it will lead you to something that'll benefit you more. So basically the best thing to do is just start somewhere. Start where? Start somewhere. Doesn't matter where you start, only matters where you end up. Once you start something, start a practice, it's going to lead you to something that'll benefit you. So this has been Ali. Hopefully answer some questions dealing with light, the chakras, and coordinating that with the aura. If you want to find out more information about myself and what we do, be sure to check out our website, thirdeyeactivation.com. Until next time, peace.